So on today's show, we got to talk about Hakeem Jeffries because, of course, he's always lying. And he, of course, once again, he's back to his lying ways. And he recently did an interview with CNN. And in this interview, he actually gets called out a little bit. I was actually kind of shocked that CNN even pushed back even a little bit, because normally they just let, Democrats spew out their lies constantly 24/7 with zero pushback. But this time he got a little bit of pushback, and it didn't seem like he liked it very much. So with that being said, let's dive in.
House Republicans have been a complete and total failure for the American people. They have no credible track record of success. That's why House Republicans are afraid of the voters in 2026 in the midterm elections, and they're trying to cheat to win.
Cheat to win. But this is what majorities do. They redraw lines.
It is complete.
Just to give you guys a little bit of context before we get too deep into this, Hakeem Jeffries is talking about how Trump wants Texas to do some redistricting, right? To possibly gain 5 more Republican seats. And so he's saying that it's cheating, but in reality, both parties do it and have done it. As a matter of fact, they've done it quite a number of times. They did it back in 2016, I believe, in North Carolina and Virginia. Changed the map. So both parties do it, but of course he's going to make it sound and seem as if only Republicans are doing this, but in reality, Democrats have done it 1,000 times.
Completely and totally unprecedented to engage in mid-decade redistricting. That is only being done because House Republicans in Texas and beyond know they have no track record of success. The lines for Texas have already been drawn, and in fact, they are already heavily gerrymandered. They have been ordered by Donald Trump, who is their political puppet master, to try to do everything possible to avoid a free and fair election. That's what this is all about in Texas. But we believe it may actually backfire, and that they may draw lines that endanger their Republican incumbents.
So it sounds like you think you can get back in the majority, even if they succeed in Texas.
We are going to be successful regardless of what they do in Texas. But the principle of free and fair elections is one that we should fight for. And these Republicans are trying to disenfranchise millions of voters in Texas as part of a scheme to rig the midterm elections.
Now, we know that there's talk now among Democrats of responding in kind, including in California. Up to 5 seats, we are hearing about this. Are you supportive of this effort in California, changing lines in California to respond to what's going on in Texas?
I'm going to let the governor...
Watch how he turns, into word salad galore when asked about Democrats doing the exact same thing. This horrible, terrible, no good, very bad thing. He turns into the word salad galore, but check it out.
California speak for himself and the people of California, as well as the leaders of the California delegation. But in my view, all options are on the table in terms of making sure that there are fair maps throughout the country. The people of Texas are at risk of not having fair maps. We have a responsibility of making sure that we look at every single state of the union and do what we can to ensure that we maximize fairness in those jurisdictions.
Wouldn't that be a risk, though, in California, because you have to go through a ballot initiative to change the law? Is that a risk if Democrats go down that route?
That's an open question, and it's my understanding that some of the best and brightest lawyers in the country are looking at every single aspect of what's possible in these states throughout America.
In New York, I've talked to some members of your delegation, Democrats who want New York to change the maps, to try to add seats, Democratic seats in New York. Would you support that effort in your state?
Let me just simply say the maps in New York are not as fair as they could be.
That sounds to me like you're open to changing it before.
I look forward to having a conversation with the governor about how do we ensure that New York maps are as fair as possible in an environment where you've got extreme MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump doing everything they can to undermine the will of the voters and undermine the principle of free and fair elections across the country.
Have you talked to the governor?
the map isn't as fair as I would like. I love how he tries to use fair, right, to make it sound and seem like something that is good and kind, but in reality, it's just rigging the system, right? The map isn't fair, so we just want to make sure it's fair. Yeah, fair so that more Democrats win, right? That's the only time it would ever be fair, as long as more Democrats win.
Governor, yet about changing the maps before the midterms?
I speak to the governor regularly, and at some point I look forward to sitting down with her sooner rather than later once we hit the August district work period.
You just accused Republicans of rigging the election by changing the lines in the middle of the decade. Wouldn't Democrats be doing the same thing?
It's important to understand that in Texas, there's already ongoing litigation that the map that currently exists violates the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Oh, okay, yeah. So since there's already litigation that the map is bad, why are you angry that they may change the map? See, this is the pickle now he just got himself into. If the map is bad and there's litigation against the current map, why are you mad that Trump says, hey, let's change it? Isn't that what you want? Now he's talking out of both sides of his neck. On one side, he's like, no, Trump can't change the map. Trump shouldn't change the map. They shouldn't do anything. But then on the other side, he's like, well, the map is bad. There's already litigation against it. Like, goodness gracious, man. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up.
That's litigation that we think we're on the verge of winning. What we're committed to doing as Democrats in New York, in California, in New Jersey, across the country, is make sure that the congressional maps are as fair as possible.
Is New Jersey another option that you're looking at too?
I think that if you have a situation where Republicans are unleashing every malignant scheme possible to try to undermine the principle of free and fair elections and to disenfranchise millions of people in Texas and beyond, that it's incumbent upon all of us to take a close look at how do we ensure that the congressional map writ large is as fair as possible in advance of the midterm election.
But you don't think this is the same thing as what the Republicans are doing?
Of course
in Texas?
it's not.
Because of why?
Because we believe in the principle of fair maps. Understand something, Manu.
That's the part I was waiting for. I was waiting for it. So he gets confronted like, hold on, wait, you're doing the exact same thing as Republicans. Isn't that the same thing? No, it's not. Like, he didn't even let him finish, first off. Didn't even let him finish the sentence. No, it's not. Well, why isn't it? Well, because, we believe in fairness. Bro, it's like talking to a 5-year-old. Timmy, did you steal the pencil from Tommy over there? No, I didn't steal it. Well, I see his pencil on your desk. I took it. Well, isn't that stealing? No, because I believe in fairness and I didn't have the same color pencil that he had. Oh, man, you can't make this stuff up, bro. No, it's not the same thing because I believe in fairness. No, Judge, I didn't murder the guy because, I just believe in fairness. And, it was just unfair that he got to take up more air than me. These people, bro, you can't make this stuff up. This is so stupid. It's so stupid. I got to run that back. I have to play that again. I absolutely have to play that again.
If you have a situation where it's scheme possible and to take a close look at how do we ensure is as fair as possible in advance of the midterm election.
But you don't think this is the same thing as what the Republicans are doing?
Of course
in Texas?
it's not.
Because of why?
Because we believe in the principle of fair maps. Understand something, Mom.
No, it's not the same because we believe in fair maps. It's all good. Goodness gracious, bro. Goodness gracious. Just when you thought these folks couldn't sound any sillier, they managed to prove you wrong. He sounds like a 5-year-old. No, I didn't steal the pencil because I believe in fairness and I didn't have the same color. So now it's fair. He got to use it, so now I do. And now it's mine. What? Oh. And I love how he got like snarky with him, you know, like, no, it's not. Like, didn't even let him finish. Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. The one time CNN actually provides some type of pushback against Democrats, and Hakeem Jeffries sounds like a 5-year-old. Incredible. Incredible stuff, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. But I just wanted to show y'all that because I thought it was just absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious listening to this guy sound like a 5-year-old. No, it's not the same because, you know, I believe in fairness. Goodness gracious. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Make sure you guys hit that like button for the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.